Good evening. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Kicking It. Tonight, I have the great privilege of kicking it with analyst and coach Karl.
Yes.
So today ended round one games with an absolute rocket from Charleston, which saw Brazil, favorites, breeze past Serbia. A soft penalty helped Ronaldo get on the record books of scoring in all 5 World Cups that he has been a part of. However, it took all they had to fight off the mighty Black Stars of Ghana, who did so well and were very unfortunate. So while today we stuffed ourselves with turkeys here in America for Thanksgiving, the real main course will be tomorrow when we see England v. USA. So all this and more to come on tonight's sensational show. So welcome so much, Karl. It's so great to have you. Karl, for those of you who don't know, is a fellow caster and host of Pitch Points, an excellent show that you can find on YouTube, and we'll make sure we give you that link at the end of the show. Also, Karl is a great coach, been coaching for many years, and he just got a new role with the Manchester City Academy in USA and coaching and helping with youth development. So welcome, Karl. Thank you so much for joining us on Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Lindsay. Happy Thanksgiving. It's a pleasure to be here, as always, to talk to you about football, the sport that we love. And so I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So Karl, we're gonna dive right in. It needs no introduction. You are a great fan of the sport, a great analyst. So how have you found the first round of games?
I've loved it, Lindsay. To be fair, I'm one of those people who live in the moment, and I appreciate the fact that we are alive to watch another World Cup.
Yes.
Not everybody has that privilege. Not everybody can see and watch a game in the comfort of their home or in the stadium. And so to be able to watch another World Cup after 4 years, to me, I think it's just a privilege, and I enjoy it the most. And for the naysayers who said it was going to be a boring World Cup, it's not going to do well in the Middle East, it's going to be too hot, too cold, this and that. I mean, what we're seeing is a spectacle, and it's enjoyable by everybody. So yeah, it's been great.
Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Same here. I love it when people ask me, so Lindsay, how's it going? Have you watched this game? Have you seen that game? For those who aren't, too much into football, but no, I'm a big fan. So, and it's always great being able to explain things to people. I'm sure you're in the same boat, people who aren't so familiar with the game. And then, of course, with our fellow fans who are absolutely besotted like we are. So, Karl, what has been your best game of the tournament so far?
Oh, it's undoubtedly Spain. It has to be Spain, Costa Rica. And this is not for everyone. It's the way I like football to be played.
Yes.
Touch. I mean, it was a masterclass in how to play football. Total football. False nine, rotation, pass and move, 2 touches. 2 touches. Lindsay, the game was so good. At one point, I was with my wife and I was talking about, let's count the number of touches that they have. And every time it was 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2. That's 2 touch perfection. Yes, Brazil and Charleston had a great goal. But if you ask me right now, the best team of the tournament, based on what I've seen, it has to be Spain. It has to be Spain, in my opinion, though. That's my opinion.
Now, did you expect that from Spain, though?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Because of the manager.
Yeah.
Because of the players that they have. Gavi, Pedri, Busquets, Rodri, Laporte, Azpilicueta.
Still doing great for Spain and Chelsea. I've got to give him
absolutely. Absolutely. Aspi looked like $1 million yesterday. He looked so good on the ball because of the way that they played. 4-3-3, false nine, possession based. It was just a joy to behold the movement on and off the ball. I mean, these guys had 1,034 passes in the whole game. That's 7 shots on target, 7 goals. I mean, 83% possession.
Wow.
It's just incredible to watch that.
So are we seeing the same Spain team that won the Euros and the World Cup consecutively, do you think? Or this is a new era with a new Spain, but have that pedigree?
It's the same philosophy that we see with new players. It's the same philosophy that we see. It's the the movement, the passing, the rotation, the calmness on the ball, the powers that what they call the powers of the patience on the ball. And then what they did, what I like what he did was that he, Lucho Enrique, the manager of Spain, what he's done, he said, look, I'm going to play with Busquets as a single number 6, holding midfielder, but I'm going to put Gavi and Pedri, who have energy of like Foden and Grealish or like Mount around him to be able to pass and move the ball and press, which I thought was genius from him. And then he had a front three of, Ferran Torres and 2 other players. I don't know, they can't remember their names in front. They were just brilliant to watch.
Right. No, that's great. Thank you for sharing that, because I would say, maybe they're the dark horse of the tournament, because everyone is speaking about Brazil, Argentina, France, of course, and some saying, hey, England still have the talent, but you're not really hearing a lot of people speak about Spain. And of course, some are going to say, oh yeah, 7-0, it was Costa Rica, but I love your analysis there. So Spain, let's see what they can do in round 2 and round 3.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about this Costa Rica. Well, it was Serbia, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was Iran against England.
Yeah.
So why is it acceptable to beat Iran 6-2?
Absolutely.
Serbia 2-0 and not beat Costa Rica 7?
Oh yeah, no, it suits us, to qualify, opponents when it suits us, So
It's very strange, the same football, you play who's in front of you, right? You just play the game and then you come out of it. Look at today, Ghana versus Portugal.
Yep.
Who'd have thought? Oh, Saudi Arabia versus Argentina. Who'd have thought?
Absolutely. And that takes me to my next question: biggest upset, German game or Argentinian game?
Oh, it has to be Argentina. It has to be Argentina. Saudi Arabia.
Ooh.
Nobody gave them a chance. And I studied that game in detail, Lindsay. And what I admire about Saudi Arabia was the bravery that they had. And what I mean by bravery is, normally when you park the bus, right? When you park the bus, which is what Ghana tried to do today, is that you play in your own defensive third near your own box. The idea is to deny space to the opposition to get a goal. They take a shot out of range, out of the box, and take a shot, and it's a goal, fine. But you want to deny them space. What Saudi Arabia did was play a high line, but park the bus. Which is to say, hey, we're going to press you up front by the halfway line. We're going to park the bus there. We're going to leave spacing behind, but we believe in our ability to play you offside all the time.
Wow.
Because we're going to be disciplined.
Wow.
And when we win the ball, we're going to counter press you in your box to win a goal. That's what they did.
Wow.
That's bravery.
That is, and I think that's the thing, yes, you respect players, you respect teams, but like you said, you face the game that is ahead of you. And, while they respected Messi, like you said, they had bravery and they came out. And I mean, people can't stop talking about them now. I mean,
incredible, just incredible. Serbia were unlucky today. I thought they had some quality.
Yes.
They couldn't take their chances. And so the Brazil backline, I don't think they win the tournament with that backline, Lindsay.
Right.
I don't think they do. I think actually England have a better backline than Brazil do, to be fair. Yeah.
That's good to hear. That is very good to hear. Well, what about most disappointing game so far?
I don't know, because every game to me has been interesting. Even the 0-0 games. People talk about, oh, it's boring, it's 0-0. Well, it's boring. But what they fail to realize is that, the smaller teams, so-called smaller teams, have improved. That's why it's 0-0.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now, it is what it is.
Yeah. The only game I might say might have been a bit disappointing is Uruguay v Korea. Were we expecting more from that game? Yeah,
but again, it goes back to my argument about Korea have improved.
Yes.
Ordinarily 4 years ago, Uruguay would smash Korea probably 2 or 3-0, right? Because of the quality.
Yes.
But Korea have improved as a team. You have Heung-min Song, you have other players who are there who play in the Premier League and know how to win these difficult games or try their best in difficult games. So it's no surprise that it's a stalemate, because 2 teams that went for it, and unfortunately they couldn't break each other down, and you have a stalemate.
Yeah.
So it's a positive for me in terms of the improvement of the smaller teams. But
absolutely.
That's my opinion anyway.
No, I think that's a great observation, and I think we could we be getting to that point where we can finally say, hey, it's time for, a North American country or an Asian country or an African country, to get far and
Absolutely.
to win it. I mean, that's the type of things we've got to start looking at and being excited for, because I think, people are tired of the same European and South American countries winning. People want to see someone different, but again, like you said, having that improvement all around is really great, and it's great for the tournament as well.
Absolutely. And the reality is, Lindsay, that you can't have folks in Korea and in Costa Rica watching Champions League and Premier League every so week. I'm not expecting to improve. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they will improve, and here we are today.
That's excellent. That's excellent. How about a quick update on our African teams? Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Nigeria didn't make it. That was sad. And Ghana, I just felt was so hard done by today. That soft penalty, and of course Ronaldo knows how to milk it. But they fought till the end, and that I mean, it was so close to making it a tie at the end, 3-3. That when the goalkeeper just dropped that ball, I was so hoping that they were going to tie it up. But how do you feel the African teams are getting on so
well?
far?
I mean, let's take the Ghana example. I actually blame Ghana for that crazy, foolish performance. I call it a foolish performance.
Right. Yeah.
And I call it a foolish performance because Ghana does not park the bus. West African football, we don't park the bus.
Right.
Ghana is supposed to be the Brazil of West Africa. Why are you parking the bus? When you park the bus in your own defensive third, you will make a mistake and there'll be a penalty.
Right.
What happened?
Yeah.
And when you can see the penalty and they score a goal, now you have to open up, you get killed.
Yes.
Which is what happened. Why are you Ghana parking the bus? Play your game. Now, I recognize that the reason why they're parking the bus and they change their philosophy is because Chris Hughton, who used to be at Brighton, is their technical advisor.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So all of a sudden, Ghana's philosophy has changed from attacking open 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 football to a back five. Because Chris Hughton has brought that mentality from Brighton, where he was sacked, to Ghana. Why? The moment Ghana scored 2 goals because they were offensive.
Yes.
Right? They brought in Lamptey, brought in some other players, and they were offensive. They went for it. Why are you parking the bus, Ghana?
Yeah.
When you know you can go toe to toe with Portugal. Yeah. It's their fault.
Yeah, I see your point. Now, do you think the substitutions had anything to do with it? Kudus was having an excellent game.
Mohamed Kudus is a good player. He plays for Ajax. He's a pretty good player. But again, the substitutions were because they wanted to now go for the game when it was too late.
Right.
They should have played on the front foot from the start.
Yeah.
Because clearly they have the quality to do that. Now, Bernardo Silva and Ronaldo coming off changed the game.
Yeah.
I've always said that, in my opinion, City should not get Bellingham. You just increase us, just give Bernardo Silva whatever he wants.
Right. So there's still ongoing negotiations. There's a chance he might leave.
I hope he stays. I mean, there's just no point. There's no point in City getting Bellingham. It's a waste of money.
Right.
A waste of money.
Right.
Spend that money on Bernardo Silva.
I mean, he's been amazing for City over the years.
It's crazy to even, and I get it. He's English. The City fans want him at City because he's English. But for me, he's just a Jordan Henderson 2.0. He's just Jordan Henderson improved.
Right.
Liverpool need him, not City.
Younger, much younger.
I mean, I would prefer Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa over Bellingham.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's me, That's
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, but I was surprised though when I actually looked at the team sheet of Portugal. I'm like, on paper, they actually look pretty good. They
are good. They are good. The problem with Portugal is the defensive line. Danilo is not a good defender.
Right.
Cancelo is the left back, not a right back.
Yeah.
And so you have some weakness there. Guerrero.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was wondering about that. Why the change from his Man City formation? So.
Yeah, he plays left back. He's not playing. And the person that should play the right back is Diego Dallo. He plays for United. He should play right back.
Yeah.
And then Rafael Guerrero, who plays left back for Portugal, is not very good. Plays for Dortmund. He's very weak, very suspect. Doesn't have pace. And so they were there for the taking, which Ghana proved that they can score 2 goals.
They really were.
Yeah. So why park the bus?
Yeah. How about Senegal and Cameroon?
Boring, disappointing. I don't think Cameroon knew what they were supposed to do with the ball, on and off the ball.
Mm.
Final third. I call it a final third palaver. They didn't know what to do in the final third.
Mm.
Senegal, I'm missing Mane, so they struggled.
Yes,
But both teams did not sure what to do. And the goalkeeper for Senegal was just poor. Mendy was poor for both goals. So, yeah.
That's what I suppose you see why he's been losing his place at Chelsea now.
Correct. He struggled.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you mentioned Lamptey earlier, and there's always talk about young players who, are born in a country, and, for many players, they have the option. They can represent the country of birth. They can represent their another country through their parents, or maybe they were born in that country but raised elsewhere. So, Lamptey is one of those who represented England on the youth level, and now he decided to play for Ghana. I know there's Musa for the USA. He could have played for England, chose USA. Musiala could have played for Nigeria, right? Could have played for England. So, I know there's so much talk about that. What are your thoughts about players and where they choose to go?
I think it's a free world. You play where you can get a game. You play where you can get a game. I don't mind. If you have to play for Nigeria because you can't get into England squad, fine. Go play for Nigeria. Yeah. And look at Iñaki, look at Ghana, right? Iñaki Williams plays for Ghana, and his brother Nico Williams plays for Spain. Yeah.
So like Boateng brothers as well when they were around.
Exactly. Just you play for whoever can take you in.
Yeah.
The bottom line is to play football, right? Play football wherever you are. Make yourself happy.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And, even on that, I give a shout out to Matty Cash of Aston Villa.
Exactly. Holland.
Realized, how am I going to get onto that England team? And who knows if he would have or not, he's developed a little bit, but, he could, through his father being Polish, he was able to make it onto the Polish team straight away. They put him straight into the team. And then you saw him, he was actually singing the anthem. He went as far to learn the anthem, so I'm like, I love that. But no, I agree with you. I think there's a lot of debate. People get upset. Oh, well, why aren't they playing for, their parents' country, or why?
What's Matty Cash supposed to do? Wait for England to call him up?
No, absolutely. I agree with you. I think, like you said, if you want to play football and that you're going to play, then hey.
Yeah, go. If Portugal can call you up to play for them, it's an honor. Play for them. Now he's playing the World Cup.
Yeah.
Right? There are others like Tosin of Fulham, Nigerian, who's waiting for the England call, will never be called by England. He's on the bench at Fulham.
Yeah.
Couldn't play for Nigeria.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I just hope next time Tomori gets the call up, though. I don't want him to have to regret.
Oh man, that was so sad.
I was so bothered by that. I mean, what a great season. And then I get it, Maguire plays well for England, but I mean, this guy has not played for Manchester United. I get it.
Lindsay, let me tell you what, Maguire will get exposed and you have to play France.
Right.
Maguire will be exposed
right
for when he has to play France. You cannot play a player who hasn't played for United all season, expect him to do. It just doesn't work that way.
Absolutely. And again, that's definitely a criticism of Southgate picking his favorites. And then you can't say, I'm going to pick those who are in form and then go and pick, someone who's played 3 games, and someone who's playing a whole season, I mean, is doing amazing. And then, so
he won the title. Tomori won the title in Italy with AC Milan.
Yeah.
He's playing Champions League football.
Yeah. So I hope that's one that, he doesn't regret it. And I hope that, next tournament, he will get the respect that he deserves. And but who knows? We might not have Southgate next tournament, so we might not have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So what about refereeing this tournament and the added time?
Well, I'll take the added time thing. I think it's beautiful. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
There's a study that the FIFA had about a year ago that said that the average time that the game is played is about 45, 50 minutes. All the other times just wasted time, throw-ins, free kicks, injuries, and you never get that time back.
You don't.
what FIFA is doing is saying we're going to count that time and make it. That's where you're getting 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 14 minutes extra time, because they want to make sure you count the time. You get actual paying time. And from a fan perspective, you want that.
Yeah.
You paid for your ticket. You want to see the full time.
Absolutely. It's funny. I know some commentators were saying, oh, that's one great thing that they love about football is that, the game is done in 2 hours, whereas other American sports, it goes on, and they're trying to shorten it, and they're complaining now this is going to go longer. But I'm like, it's not really going to go that long. And like you said, you are getting your money's worth, and you are getting to see, the correct amount of time. And another thing they were about, players are going to be tired, but they're not going to be tired, because if you're not actually playing those minutes of injury, actually getting them back. So, I think there's just some silly arguments as to say why.
These are all excuses made behind some in the media. And the reality is that we play the game, you play the full 90 minutes as much, and then you take the results.
Yeah, and you play until that final whistle blows. Correct. And it's times like this you need Ashley Young on the pitch. See out those extra 9 minutes. So
exactly.
Yeah. How about refereeing? How have you felt like that?
I think it's been good. And compared to the Premier League, it's been brilliant. Compared to the Premier League, it's been decent. They've been good. I mean, okay, maybe 1 or 2 mistakes here and there, but generally the refereeing has been really good. The World Cup has been a joy to watch with the refereeing. It has.
That's great. And shout out to Stephanie Frampart, who was the first female fourth official.
I love it.
Mexico v Poland. So for those of you who are watching, that's
absolutely love that. I believe there will be coming at one of the games, maybe the round of 16, there will be a female referee to actually referee a real game in the center of the field, which I want to see. They're pretty good.
That will be amazing.
Female refs are really good. They're really good.
That's amazing. So Ronaldo, Messi, their fifth World Cups, surely their final World Cups.
Has to be.
Yeah, I mean, how do you think it's going to go for them? And then even Ronaldo, this whole, Manchester United saga and just all his interviews and his bad press, and we know they're finally.
Well, Lindsay, let's be honest, okay? I saw a tweet from Gary Neville in August.
Yeah.
August 27th. Quote: "Can somebody in United please speak about the nonsense happening at Old Trafford?" End quote. Gary Neville says that. Fast forward to November, Ronaldo speaks out. Okay? So why are you criticizing this guy for doing what none of you was able to do, which is basically force the Glazers to sell?
Right.
Right?
Wow. Right.
He literally lay on his sword, and I'm not a Ronaldo fan. God knows I'm not a Ronaldo fan. I'm a Messi fan.
Right.
But the guy stood up and was counted and did what was right for the love of the club. And instead of United fans abusing him, they should be embracing him.
Wow.
Because now the Glazers want to sell.
Yeah. Wow.
Right after the interview, when Ronaldo exposed all the nonsense that's happening at United.
Wow. I didn't see it like that. That's a good point. I suppose for me, I felt like, why is he just criticizing? And I get it, criticizing the owners and shining a light on just, the stuff that isn't right there. But just, criticizing, different players, past players. I just felt like that was a bit much. But, what you said was a good point. That was a very good point. I mean, I was surprised when I heard that the Glazers are ready to sell.
Well, Lindsay, nothing that United have done, that the fans have done, including stopping games, invading the pitch, has shifted the Glazers to move.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, remember those protests they had that just caused
Exactly. Ronaldo speaks in an interview that shook the world, and within a week, they're ready to sell. You think that's by accident? Respect this guy. I mean, you saw him today. He was in tears. The pain that he must be going through.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Not just because his family situation with his son that died.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And people forget about that as well, too. Right? At least
being terminated from a club that you love. And then, I mean, seriously, I'm not a Ronaldo fan.
Right.
But I respect what he did. He spoke his truth, and change is coming to United.
Wow. No, you're right.
And let me tell you this, right? All the United fans who are saying, oh, why did he speak bad about Eric Ten Hag? In 18 months' time, Ten Hag will be fired again. And then what happens then?
Right. Wow. Whew. But you're right, though. You saw it today. You saw the passion and what it means to him, to play. So, yeah, wow. That's interesting.
I tend to look at things in a different perspective all the time.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. And that's why I wanted to speak to you, Karl. I like your thought process. And that was a great point. I really didn't think about that. And you're right. Man U fans are upset at him, but you're right. They really do owe him a deep gratitude now. If that's what it took for the Glazers to finally say, okay, we put our hands up. You're right. Years people have wanted them gone.
Years, not 1, not 2, not 5, not 10.
Years.
And it took this act of what I call, self-sacrifice for this to happen. Because he knew it wasn't going to go back.
Yeah.
He knew it was done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't see, you have some of these clubs who get sold, and they got sold to, these billionaires who really don't know what to do. But I don't see that happening with Manchester United. I think whoever is going to buy them, they're going to be in good hands. So,
I don't know about that, Lindsay. I don't know, because look at Chelsea, right? Chelsea were bought by Todd Bowley, fired Thomas Tuchel, bought Aubameyang, who now nobody wants. We warned them about Sterling. We warned them about Raheem Sterling. We told them that Raheem Sterling was over the hill, is not good enough. We told them. They said, nah, you're hating because they're leaving City. Nah, look at Raheem Sterling right now. And all of a sudden, Chelsea are 5th. And they may not get top 4.
No.
What happens next?
But don't you think, though, Manchester United have, a greater legacy than Chelsea, though? Granted, I feel like since, the...
Yeah, I hear you, but AC Milan had a great legacy, and what happened to them?
True.
It's not about the legacy, it's about what you do with who you have. It's about the management of the organization.
True.
It's about who's running it. It's about the manager you get. It's about the competition around you. Is Eric Ten Hag going to overtake City and Liverpool over time? No, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Wow. It's going to be
in my opinion. That's my opinion.
Right. Well, it's going to be interesting to see it unfold and see who is going to, stand up and want to buy it.
Because Lindsay, again, United have spent the most money of all the clubs.
Of course.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
United have spent the most money. United have the 2 highest wage earners in the Premier League, De Gea and Ronaldo. And where are they today?
Right. No, it's true. Wow. Whew. It's going to be a good season when things resume. It's going to be a great season.
I think it's going to be a brilliant season. I really do. The Premier League is the best league in the world. Absolutely.
And we have the most players at the World Cup. What is it? 134 players.
Oh, it's incredible.
In the Premier League.
Incredible.
And I know Bayern Munich has 17 players, but Man City is up there with 16, and Chelsea, United. So absolutely amazing. So you mentioned Spain. Are they your favorites to win?
I don't know who my favorites are. I thought Argentina would do something. I still think they can.
Yeah.
I think it's too early to call for me right now.
Yeah.
It's too early to call.
Yeah.
I think the favorites are clearly France, Spain, Brazil, Argentina, and maybe England are a dark horse. And then Portugal. Those are the 5 or 6 I think can go far. Yeah, but who's my favorite? I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends. Depends what happens tomorrow. Depends what happens on Saturday with Argentina and Mexico. It all depends.
Yeah. We got a good weekend of games.
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Isn't it weird though? Here we are, like I was in my house with my blanket watching, it's so crazy to.
It's incredible.
Watching.
I'm waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning to catch the first game.
Yeah. And that leads me to tomorrow's game, Karl.
Oh, yes.
If there was such a thing as soccer gods, what a gift. Black Friday, England v USA. I mean, they could have gone one better and had it today, but you know what? I think tomorrow works just as well.
The funny thing about this game is I actually had a ticket to this game yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, I actually had it. So I applied for a ticket to FIFA in March.
Yeah.
I had 4 games. I had Denmark, France. I had England, USA.
Wow.
I had Ghana versus Switzerland. And then there was one more I had. I had 4 games, but I couldn't go.
Oh.
So I resold it.
Okay.
Tomorrow's game, England should win because England have more quality.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a difficult game. It could be a difficult game for them.
Right. Now, Gio Reyna didn't play the first game. I mean, a lot of people were saying, oh, he should have been put in. Maybe he would have, helped them beat Wales. Is he going to play tomorrow? Do you think he makes that much of a difference?
I don't know. It's there's a lot of talk, and U.S. media, there's a lot of talk and smoke.
Yeah, just as bad as the English media, right?
Yeah, maybe even worse. There's a lot of talk. I think the keys to that game are Weah,
yeah,
Musa, McKinney, Aronson.
Yeah, who's been doing great at Leeds. I mean,
and then Robinson.
Great to see these young Americans. It's really, I mean, what is it? They've got one player that was at the last World Cup. USA and Ghana have the youngest squads.
Yeah,
that's really exciting. Really.
What's the name? The right back, at Newcastle. What's the name? He's the only one that came back from the last World Cup.
Yedlin.
DeAndre Yedlin. Everybody else is new.
Amazing. I mean, and look, seeing Tim Weir score was really great. I mean, his father.
Oh, yeah.
Great legend, so.
Football heritage right there.
Yeah, and George Weah. I mean, how did that feel for him seeing his son score? And another one, who chose to, picked America. He was born and raised here, and he feels like, hey, this is who I want to play for, and fair play to him. And look at him getting a goal, and you saw that Pele tweeted him, right?
Yeah, I mean, we go back to the argument that we made earlier on about what country do you play for? Imagine Tim Weir playing for Liberia. He's not playing the World Cup.
Right, absolutely. And look at that talent that would have been missed.
Exactly.
I mean, and it was such a great goal. I mean, great, build-up play with Pulisic and him. So, it's gonna be a good game tomorrow.
So, I mean, England should win it.
Yep.
But you just never know.
Yep.
You just never know.
Again, anything can happen. These games have already showed us,
Well, I think Southgate tomorrow, unfortunately, is going to play a back 3.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to revert back to his shell. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's like, you got to see some goals. Now back to our defensive concern.
Yeah, he's going to play a back 3. If he doesn't play a back 3, then he's changed. Then he's ready to win the World Cup.
That would be amazing, Karl. So you think tomorrow will prove that? Or do you think... Well, yeah, because if they win tomorrow, I mean, third game, he can rest people. So
yeah, if they win tomorrow, he's through, right? They're through to the next round. Either way.
But like you said, if he reverts to that back 3, you think that's it?
No, England have the quality to win, even with the back 3, and because you have Kane, you have all these players, Grealish, Foden, Saka.
Yeah. I mean, Foden and Grealish came off the bench. I mean, Rashford came off the bench. I was like, okay, this is we have some stars.
Yeah, England have the quality.
We do.
My issue with England is not the quality of the players. We know who they are.
Absolutely.
We watch it every single week. They're brilliant players.
Absolutely.
My issue with the England is the manager.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's my worry. And think about the Euros, right? I was back in England for the Euros finals. You got all these great players. Guy scores a goal and then starts to park the bus. What are you doing? You're at Wembley. You're at home.
Yeah. He did it in the Euros and the semi-final of the last World Cup as well, when we lost to Croatia.
Because he's a defender. That's what he grew up on.
Yeah.
He's afraid. Defenders always think about safety first, not let's get more, let's get more.
Interesting.
The whole different way of thinking. That's why you got Spain. Their objective is to score as many goals and control the game as much as you can.
Yeah.
And can England do that? Yes, they can. Is he going to set them up to do that? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, if his change, then we have an excellent shot.
I think so.
We do. We really do.
I mean, I'll be rooting for the USA because I have to.
Of course.
But, England should win the game because they have more quality.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good game either way, whatever happens,
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get it left, right, and center.
Oh, I don't worry about that. Just don't pay attention. Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention.
My house is going to be full of American fans. Yeah. So, but it's all good. It's all good. I mean, I'm happy for the American team and I'm proud of them. I'm glad they're back in the World Cup. But tomorrow, it's Lindsay from Birmingham.
Yeah, I mean that's and it should be. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah. Any other games you're excited about this coming second?
Oh, Argentina, Mexico is going to be hot.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Because Argentina needs to win that game.
They do. And Mexico, I mean, you saw how it was like playing at a home stadium for them, and they're going to make the most of it.
Well, this is the argument, right? I mean, I saw some tweets from some fans in England that said that, the stadiums are not full, they're empty seats. It's not a good World Cup. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why do you hate these people so much that you seek to denigrate the achievement of hosting the World Cup?
Right.
Let them host the World Cup.
Right.
Hey, what's the problem? I don't get it. I don't.
Well, there's always going to be something to complain about.
Yeah, I know the whole human rights issues are, yes, they're valid issues.
Yeah.
But what are we going to do about that? Just play the game.
Right. We're here now.
We're here now. Exactly.
Yeah. So, Belgium, have they missed their chance 4 years ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think they missed their chance 4 years ago, and I think that Martinez is not a good manager in my opinion. I don't think he's good enough. I mean, why are you playing De Bruyne in a back three system, for crying out loud? How do you play against Canada in a back three when Canada plays the same system, but Canada has more energy than you? So they're playing man and they're outrunning you. It makes no sense.
Yeah. And you heard it. I mean, I love KDB. I love him so much. I love him at City. I love what he does. And even he said, I don't know why I got this man of the match. I didn't even have a good game. Again,
when everybody's terrible, you have to give it to somebody, right?
But again, just shows you the humility of him and what a great guy he is.
Yeah, I wish he wasn't so huge, so humble though.
You think that's one of his weaknesses?
I think so. He's too humble.
Right.
But I mean, on the field, he's aggressive and he demands things. But I think off the field, he needs to big himself up a bit more.
Got you. Yeah.
Like Erling Haaland does, right? Erling Haaland is, that guy is something else. I mean, that guy is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So before we go, Pep's new deal and the title race.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy about the fact that staying for another 2 years. I reckon he'll probably stay 3, and make it 10.
Yep.
He's a great manager, isn't he? He's just a great manager.
Yeah.
And even you mentioned the fact that I coach in the Man City Academy in the US, and even his philosophy is what we use to teach kids.
Wow.
6-year-old kids, 8-year-old kids.
So would you attribute the success of Arsenal right now and what Arteta's doing to Pep?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Arteta learned it from Pep. He's doing a great job with Arsenal. They're playing well. I still think they're not going to win the league, in my opinion. I think the league is just time, just too many games. To keep to that level, to get 100 points, 98 points.
Yes.
I don't see Arsenal getting 98 points, 97 points. I just don't see it. I just don't. It's hard. I mean, think about it. Liverpool's 2 best ever teams couldn't catch City.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm not trying to be bigging up the club, where I'm just saying just the reality of the situation. It's hard.
Yeah. Now,
but they've done well. They've done excellently for the first 3 quarters of the season. They've done well.
Absolutely. And they're playing nice football as well. It's actually enjoyable to see them. Yeah,
they're playing good football. They're playing great 4-3-3 football. I just think that to get to 96, 98 points, it's hard. It's extremely difficult.
Yeah. But definitely top 4, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Who else is going to challenge them? Tottenham or? United, I don't know. And I'm happy for Villa with the new manager.
Yeah. I'm so
He's
happy too.
he's a great man. He's a great.
Yeah. And you already see it. I mean, like even the players, there's a difference in the players because there was something about Gerrard where the players, there was just, I think, just too much negative.
The reality is that they know that, hey, what have you won? Okay, you won one Champions League in 2005. What else have you won?
Yeah.
You didn't win the Premier League. You didn't win Europe. You didn't win anything else. When Emery comes on board, he's won 3 European Cups, 3 Europa Leagues, back to back to back.
Yeah.
He got to the Champions League semi-final.
Yeah.
With Villarreal, and almost won it against Liverpool.
That's crazy.
Because I watched that game. I watched those 2 games.
Yeah.
Right? So what are we talking about? It's a much better appointment, and I'm happy for him.
It really is. It really. I mean, I'm so excited, and like I said, just already seeing the difference in the players. I mean, just such a turnaround. Even in 3 games, to.
It's going to be a fun season. I mean, with City, I said it to my City fans, and they don't like it when I say it. I said that our focus should be the Champions League this year.
It has to be, Karl. It has to be.
And I've said this. I said, look, there's this worrying stat that I always bring up every single time, and I say the last time a team won both the Premier League and the Champions League in the same year was over 20 years ago.
Ooh, that's crazy.
So, when you think about this,
unless
we do something extraordinary, we're going to have to make a choice.
Yeah.
Is it UCL or is it going to be the Premier League?
Yeah. And I think it will really cement his legacy as well with City. And I mean, I'm a Villa fan, but it has pained me these past few seasons to see them just fall at the final hurdle, that Chelsea game, that Chelsea final.
Oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me. That game, once we saw the lineup, we knew we're losing that game.
You knew. And it was like, Pep, come on now. Why are you doing this in a final?
Come on, man.
Yeah, well, it shows.
I'll tell you why he did it. Let me share a secret with you why he did it for your fans who are listening. So for all the games leading up to that final, right? Guardiola doesn't play Raheem Sterling. Doesn't play him. Yep. Quarterfinal, semifinal, doesn't play him. In fact, even some group stage games, doesn't play him. He gets to the final, and in order to accommodate Raheem Sterling, he has to make a choice.
Woo.
He can't drop Gundogan, who scored the most goals.
Yeah.
He can't drop De Bruyne. He can't drop Bernardo.
Yeah.
He can't drop all the guys who play the false 9 or Foden.
Yeah.
He has to drop somebody. So who does he drop? He drops Rodri and Fernandinho to play Gundogan in the 6 and accommodate Raheem Sterling.
Wow.
The same Sterling who can't hit the barn door, who complained that he wasn't getting game time.
Yeah.
In fact, in a press conference this year, Pep said, when all the complaints about Sterling not getting game time, he said, I played him in the biggest game of the season, in the final of the Champions League. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. Oof. That's crazy. So
it's, we can go on for hours talking about this, but it was just a game that, we saw and we're like, this guy, what are you doing, brother? What are you doing? You've trusted Raheem Sterling to do what? No.
But even people like Pep, they're still learning, they're still growing. So they're
human.
Mistake again.
They're human.
Yeah, they're human. He will not make that mistake again.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Yeah, I don't think he will. I think.
I agree with you.
Whew. But now, do you think the World Cup is going to have any effect on the title race and people coming back tired, injuries?
No. So let me share my own thoughts. I think it's a whole media false news campaign.
Right.
Think about this, right?
Yeah.
Between November and December, normally you have 2 games a week in the Premier, 3 games a week in the Premier League. You have Carabao Cup, you have the Premier League, and you have Champions League, right? Right.
Yeah.
In the World Cup for 8 weeks, for 4 weeks, you have 7 games maximum. Yeah. Maximum.
If you get that far.
Yeah. So these players are actually having 1 game a week instead of 2 games a week.
Yeah.
And they're playing at a slower pace for their country.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, when they come back, they'll be fit because they've been training. Unlike some clubs,
it's
who
true.
have players who are on leave without practicing.
True. That's true. That's very true.
So it's a whole different perspective. I think they come back without injuries, fitter, better, and ready to attack the season. It's actually an advantage.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, how having the World Cup in the winter is going to fare. It's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, they'll be fit. They'll be fit and ready because not everybody plays the quarter. I mean, from next week,
absolutely.
Right? Half the teams are going to go away.
Absolutely, yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
So anyway, yeah.
Well, Karl, I'm going to let you get back to your Thanksgiving festivities, but it's been so great having you. Thank you for sharing your insights.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Your views. Any last final words and how?
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to your channel. I love listening to it. I think it's great. I will also try to promote you as well on my channels. If you can, once you're done, send me the video link or the audio links. I can post it.
Wonderful.
But yeah, it's been a great conversation with you on Thanksgiving.
Awesome. And, guys, we're going to have Karl back constantly. Once the World Cup is over, we're going to shift back to EPL and going to dive right in with that. And of course, we'll have Champions League coming up and all those
I can't wait.
things.
Can't wait.
And Karl, how can people follow you and get a hold of you? And
Yeah. On YouTube, I'm at Pitch Points. One word, Pitch Points. On Twitter, I'm at Gundalorian. So think about the Mandalorian and Gundawan. Gundalorian. That's my handle at Twitter.
Great.
But on YouTube, I'm at Pitch Points. You can find me there. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks again, Karl, and we'll look forward to a great game tomorrow.
Yes.
USA v England. I know we'll be texting each other. So
good luck. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks, Karl.
Bye-bye.